Hey there everyone! If you're new to my video because, well, you wanted to see how you could install custom firmware on 11.6 for new 3DS and old 3DS, be sure to check out my other videos. I upload Pokemon videos as well as some PS4 content. And for everyone there that's been subscribing for a while or are part of the Victoria Nation, how is everyone going today? I am bringing you a new video on how you're actually able to install custom firmware on 11.6.0. I saw this video recently. I've been recently trying to install custom firmware on my 3DS for various projects I want to do on my channel, and I came across this video by, I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's DX. I don't know how to pronounce your name, man, but links should be down below to the original creator of, well, the original guy that showed you how to do this. But I tried his method and it didn't work. The website he uses to Seedmine, because this is the Seedminer method, doesn't really work anymore. There's so much people going into the website that it just causes a lot of, you don't get your seed mine. And in today's video, and I will be showing you how to properly seed mine this on your computer. Keep in mind that you will need a powerful GPU. If you don't have a GPU, this will still work for you. Pretty much a GPU is a dedicated graphics card, so anything like an NVIDIA or a AMD Radeon card. I don't even know what AMD makes any more graphics card. This because NVIDIA is dominating the market nowadays. The graphics card that will work is a dedicated one, so anything like NVIDIA or AMD. And the integrated graphics card will not work. How will you find this out? Really just look up your computer online. I don't really know how you can check this, just because I'm pretty new to Windows 10. But I'll be showing you how to seedmine that as well. If you're wondering, well, I don't have a dedicated GPU, will that work? Yes, it will. If you have a CPU, you can use a CPU method. It's gonna be a lot longer. Like, it's not gonna be as fast as a dedicated GPU. So beware of that. So there's a few things you'll need. You'll actually need Tadpole Online. You'll need Seed Helper, Seedminer, Seedminer Starter Archive, and Python. Python's actually the thing that you will be using to pretty much seed mine. And that's yeah. So we'll go into that in a few minutes here. As well, you will need to have to buy a there is gonna be a software, a DSiWare you're gonna have to buy. So I bought Sudoku just because I know Sudoku works, and I actually do like Sudoku, so I was like, hey, why not? It's a win-win situation. I get custom firmware and I get Sudoku, so win-win situation. However, in the description down below, there should be a list of compatible DSiWare for European 3DSs, USA 3DSs, and Japan 3DSs. So if you have a Japanese 3DS, because you're a YouTuber or whatever, there is a way to do this on that 3DS as well. So the first thing you want to do actually is open up your 3DS. That's not what I want here. Is open up your 3DS. The reason why you want to open up your 3DS actually is because, well, you actually want to you just saw how I got stuff through Spot Pass there. You actually want to go turn that off. So the first thing we're gonna go is turn off Spot Pass, and by doing that, you go into System Settings, Spot Pass, setting information, and you're gonna turn this off. And the reason why you want to do this actually is so that way your 3DS does not get banned or bricked or whatever. Because if you do not disable this stuff, your 3DS has a chance of getting banned or whatever. The next option is to go to your friend list. And you're gonna have to want to disable the show the friends where you're playing option. I think I already have this disabled. I'm not too sure though, but I'm gonna show you how to do that anyway. So we're gonna go into our friend list here, and we're gonna go into settings. You actually we might have to wait till you go online. I'm not sure if that's how it works or whatever. No. Yes, there we go. Settings, friend notification settings, all out friends to see online says no. I don't know why it doesn't. See, mine is like that. So we're good there. So once you've done all those two things, you can actually go ahead and download Sudoku or whatever compatible game you want to download. Like I said, there should be a link down below on how you can do this. So there we go. We got Sudoku right there. I went ahead and downloaded this before I started this video, just so that way we can save some time. So once you've downloaded the compatible DSiWare, you actually want to go and write down your. This is my friend code right here. Feel free to add me actually if you want to, just because I've got nobody on here. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and say this is our friend code here. And once you got your friend code, it is on. We're to step 3. or step 4 actually, and that is to copy the DSIware to your SD card. And this is actually how you're gonna be able to exploit the DSIware and actually make it into the custom firmware thing. So we're gonna go to settings here. For the video purposes of this video, I did choose to use a 4 gig SD card. I recommend using a really like a 32 gig or a 64 gig SD card, just because you're gonna want to have a big SD card, just because of all the stuff you can do with a custom firmware, right? So on my personal 2DS, I actually have a 32 gig card on there, and that's still too little there. But we're gonna go ahead and copy this to the SD card, and once this is down, you're actually gonna want to insert the SD card into your computer. So we're gonna exit out of there, and before you actually take out your SD card out of your 3DS or 2DS, you're gonna wanna turn it off, obviously, just because if you don't, then the 3DS is not like that. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this on. Alright, so once you've inserted your SD card into your computer, you actually want to go ahead and go into the SD card itself. So here we go. You'll see that mine has a bunch of them in it, but if you formatted your SD card and so forth, it should have the newest one. But pretty much the easiest way you can see which one is the newest DSiWare you copy to your 3DS. You'll see date modified 2018, the fifth month, and the 5th month and the first day. So this is the one I want to go into, is this one right here, because this is the latest one, right? So it's 9:02 p.m. So p.m. So this is the one I want to go to though. So once you have this one right here, you want to go and right click on it, rename it, and get your ID 0 number. And the reason why you want this ID 0 number is actually because the ID 0 number is somewhat how you're able to get your seed mining thing happen. So we're gonna go and name this ID 0, like so. So once you have your ID 0 number, you actually want to go ahead and go into the folder itself and go and get the Nintendo DSiWare. What's this thing right here? You want to get this thing right here and copy that and put that into your 3DS hack folder here and put that in there. So once you've gotten your ID 0 number, you actually want to go online to this website right here. The link should be in the description down below. And this is actually how you get your movable Movable SDE1 thing. It's really complicated actually. So this is where your friend code and ID 0 number come in handy. But this is the website I was talking about. As you can see, there are 4,000 total, 4,000 users total. 2 miners are online. So for some reason, this website just keeps bugging out and whatever. So I'm gonna show you how to actually do it on your system itself. So we're gonna go here, and this is where you paste your friend code, and then over here is your ID 0 number. So we're gonna go ahead and get that. So this is your ID 0 number right here, and like so, we have almost have our this thing right here, the Movable Part 1 SD. So we're gonna go now, and then it's gonna ask you to actually add the friend code right here. So this friend code may be different for you. I'm not sure if it's different or not, but we're gonna go ahead and add this friend code here. We're gonna go jump back into our 3DS here and add this friend code. And this is actually how you're able to this is actually how they exploit the seed, is by adding this guy right here. So this is literally, this friend code right here is not an actual person. It's just the website we're on right now. So we're gonna go ahead and use internet here, and if you did correctly, it should add the guy named Figgy. So now on here, you will actually see that you can download this thing right here. And this is you want to download this. So we're gonna go ahead and go to our desktop here, create a new folder, and this is where you're gonna want to put everything in there. So we're gonna go and put 3DS hack. That's what I'm gonna call mine anyway. You can call whatever you want. We're gonna go save that here. And so now we've got the movable SD thing. What do you want to do, right? So the next thing you want to do now is you want to go ahead and download Python, and go to Python here. And don't worry, this is very trustworthy. It's not some virus or whatever. This is just used to so you can actually seed mine. There are other ways you can seed mine, but this is I don't really know how to do that. And this is the best method right now to use a seed mine, is this with Python. So we're gonna go ahead and run that. You may need administrative preferences to do this. So if you're using your parents' computer, definitely ask them to install this before you do anything like that. I usually just go for install now, but I'm gonna see if there's anything. Yeah, so let's go next there. Install. So there we go. It's gonna take a while to install if your computer is really slow or whatever. Just because it's a pretty bulky program, I guess. And then once the setup is successful, just go and disable path length limit. That's really the best way. I don't really know why you do that, but just do that. And once that's done, you can go ahead and close that. So now that you got Python, you actually want to go ahead and go here. I know this looks like Windows 7, but trust me, it's Windows 10. I just don't like Windows 7, so install a theme. So here you're gonna go and type in the command prompt actually. So you're gonna go to command exe here. So once you have Python downloaded, you actually want to go ahead and download the latest Seedminer, and I'll provide a link for that. So we're gonna go ahead and get this Seedminer right here, which is this one right here. You want to go ahead and download release version 2.1, and this is actually what's gonna help you seed mine the movable file. I don't really know how to pronounce it or whatever, or what it's called, why it's called that, but we're gonna go ahead and do that anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and actually extract this here, and like so. Once this is extracted, you want to go into the release one thing right here, and then go into Seedminer, and you want to go and actually head and copy this folder into release version 4.2.1 here. So once you've gone ahead and downloaded Seedminer launcher and so forth, and the Seedminer file I was talking about, and you have your movable underscore part 1 SD folder in this Seedminer folder here, you want to go ahead and press shift and right click and open a PowerShell window here. And once that is done, you actually want to go ahead and type in the following here. Which is this command right here. So press enter there, and if done all correctly, it'll say this, and it'll be all happy and glory. It'll be really happy about it. And because you downloaded the movable underscore part 1 SD from the website I showed you guys earlier, you actually want to go ahead and choose the following. So if you have a good GPU, you're gonna type in this, what I'm gonna be typing, and if you don't have a good GPU, you're gonna want to be typing in the CPU one, which is this command right here. I'll paste it right here for you guys. So this is the command right here actually. If this is only if you don't have a good GPU. So this one right here. So this will use your CPU. Then this will take very long if you don't have a dedicated graphics card. So I don't really recommend doing this if you have a dedicated graphics card. But because we've got a dedicated graphics card, we're gonna go ahead and use the following command here. So we're gonna go ahead and type that into here, like so. And it'll take a few seconds here, but it will say generation success. And you will now see in the folder you have here, you will now see a movable part 2 SD, and you will see all this right here. This is actually what you want right here. So once you have this movable.sd folder, you want to go ahead and actually copy this to. And there's so much stuff open here to this folder right here where you had earlier. So we have these two right now, and you have your bin folder. So this is all this stuff is really important. So once you have all these folders right there, especially the movable.sd folder, you want to go to the following website, which is the Seedminer archive, and that will actually give you the last tools you will need in order for this to work. The second last tools actually. There's still a few more things you gotta go ahead. So once this is done downloading, you want to go ahead and extract this actually to right here, and it will show you Japan, Europe, or USA. None of these are relevant for me, so I'm going to delete the European one, the Japanese one as well, and I'm going to go ahead and extract the USA one. And the reason why you want that is because now you get the CRT bin, you get the Game USA app, you have this, and you have your public USA.save. So I'm going to create a new folder because I like to be nice and organized, and this is the final steps you will need. Final steps, we're going to call that just because why not. We're going to go ahead and call that final steps. There we go. And like so, we're gonna go ahead and copy this folder in there, this folder in there, and this folder in there, and same with this one. We're gonna go ahead and move that into there, and now we have that there. So the second last thing I want to download is the Seedminer archive, starter archive, and the reason why I want to download this now is because after you have done the following things we'll be showing in a second here, you will need the Seedminer starter archive to actually load Luma 3DS. Load the Rosalina menu, load God Mode 9, and so forth. You will need all that. So now we got the Seedminer starter archive here. Don't extract that just yet. Wait a little bit for that because you don't want to extract all of that because there's so much stuff in there. So once this is done, you want to go to the following website, which is Tadpool Online, and this is where you pretty much insert all your folders you just got from those extract files you just got. So here we'll see the DSI .bin folder. So the DSI.bin folder is actually the DSI where you copied from your SD card a while back. Where is that? Desktop there. So is this bin right here, this bin thing folder right here. So we've got to put that in there, but it's pretty much a bin folder you copy from the DSIware title. So we're gonna go ahead and open that there. The movable SD is the one you just seed mine. So we're gonna go into final steps here, go for that there. The CTCRT bin is the one you just download. This is that one right there. And the game_XX app is the Game USA app, or whatever version or country you're from. And the public XX save is for me is the public USA one. It might be for you, it might be public Japan or public European. We're gonna go ahead and open that. And once you have all these files, we're gonna go ahead and start. And that should actually patch up the final thing for you, which is the .bin.patched one. Go ahead and save that. And once you have this folder here, you want to go ahead and actually rename it. So you're gonna want to head and put that in there, and rename this to instead of .patch to .bin, like so. It'll say yes if you want it will become unusable, but it'll still be usable. Now we're gonna go ahead and copy this into your SD card and actually replace it with the DSI where you had before. So we'll go ahead and paste that, and I'm gonna go ahead and replace this file in destination, and like that, we're done now. So now the last thing you want to do actually is the following. So now exit out of all that. You want to be here, and because you have the Seedminer Stutter pack, this is what you want here. So I'm gonna try and make this as easy as possible for you guys. So you have all that right there. Let's minimize that. So where it says to SD card root, all this stuff you want to paste into your Nintendo 3D SD card root. And the root is pretty much where the Nintendo 3DS stuff is and so forth. And then once you go to firm files here, this is very, very important, because this is how you're gonna screw up your 3DS if you don't do this properly. So you'll say new and old. New is for new 3DS and new 2DS. Old is for my old 3DS I have, but I have a capture card on this one, so this is why I want to use. So once you've selected which one you have, you want to copy the version you want to your boot 9 strap folder. So this folder right here. So we're gonna go ahead and open this folder right here, and we're gonna go ahead and put that in there, and just like that, we are done now. Now we're done with the Seedminer Starter archive, and if you did all this correctly, you will be booted into we'll show you in a second. So once you have ejected your SD card and put it back into 3DS, you want to go ahead and you want to go ahead and go into system settings and copy the you want to go ahead and go to data management and actually copy the DSIware title that you have on your SD card. And if done correctly, it should show up. If it didn't show up, then I don't really know what you did wrong there. But once this is done copying to the system memory, you will then, if you boot up Sudoku or whatever DSIware title you chose to use, you should be greeted by a green screen. So the game might boot up normal at first, just because it has, so that way it doesn't look fishy or whatever. So if it boots up like this, well, there we go. It did a green screen, so it did everything correctly. And now the first thing you want to go do is go down and go to dump F0, F1. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and this will take a bit. So once it's done, you want to go ahead and actually install boot 9 strap, and press start and select. So this is pretty easy on this 3DS. So just go and once you're done that, you actually want to go ahead and power off your console here. So let's go and this screen will load. So now what we want to do, actually want to go ahead and use show NAND or user string in system settings. And this will actually show that in system settings you're running custom firmware. So once you've selected this show NAND or user string system settings, this is pretty much just going to show you that you have custom firmware. You want to go ahead and press start to save it, and then you're going to go ahead and force the console off. And if this is done correctly, if you go into system settings now, you will actually see that you have custom firmware on 11.6.0. So there we go, we got system 11.6.0 39U. So now that's done, there's a few other things you want to go ahead and actually do. And that is the first thing you want to go do is you actually want to go ahead into the download play app. So once you're in the 3DS download play, you actually want to go ahead and press L down and select, and this will up the Rosalina menu. You want to go then to miscellaneous options and switch the home title to the current app. So press that, operation successful, and I go and exit out of this. exit out of this once again, and exit out of that, press the home button. And then once you're done with this, you want to go ahead and close the software. So once this is done correctly, I just want to go ahead and go into download play, and you will then have the homebrew channel. And if this is done correctly, you will then be able to install the FBI channel, which is actually where the FBI channel is pretty much where you're going to be installing all of your CIs you already have on the root of the SD card. So you're going to go to the SDI and then CIS and current directory and install and delete all CIs. This will take a while to do, especially on mine because I got an old 3DS, but on yours it might be really quickly because you probably have a new 3DS. On my 2DS, this actually took a lot quicker than this is doing right now. And once that is done, you want to go ahead and exit out of this, and by that we press start. And you will now see that new software has been added to your screen. The only thing we want right now is the DSP1 firm launcher. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and close the suspended software. And what you're going to do with this thing right here is the following. So it makes a really weird sound. And then press B to delete this app, and you'll be then be returned to the home menu. So once you have gone ahead and ran the DSP app, you actually want to go ahead and power off your 3DS, and then once it's powered off, you want to go ahead and press start plus power to enter God mode 9. And once in God mode 9, you want to go ahead and press the home button. It will then say power off, reboot system, scripts, or payloads. You want to go ahead and go to scripts and go to setup control NAND Luma 3DS. So yes, press A, and then it'll give you following the keys. So up, down, and A. And this will take a bit depending on what system you have. So it's done successfully. So there we go. And now once you're done this, you want to actually go ahead and press home button once again. And just press that, and go press home and go to scripts. And you want to go ahead and actually back up system NAND. And once that is done, you want to go ahead and do the last thing, which is clean up the SD card. This will take a bit because it's backing everything up. As you can see, it gives you an estimation about an hour or so forth, but it really does speed up the process in the long run, which is pretty cool actually, I guess. I don't really know. But once all this is done, you will then have custom firmware on your 3DS. Like I said, thank you to the original creator, STTX. I don't know how to pronounce your name, and I'm sorry about that. I just went ahead and elaborate a bit on your Seedminer method here, just because the website's not working anymore. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this, and I'll see you guys back once it's done. So once this is done, it will say backup created successfully. So now we'll go ahead and press A to continue. Press A to continue once again. And once you're in here, you actually want to go ahead and press the home button once again and go to scripts. And this is where you're going to go ahead and clean up SD card. And yes, they're just going to go ahead and delete all the unused files and whatever you don't need anymore, and go ahead and press A to continue. And we're going to go ahead and press home. We're going to go ahead and power up the system, or let's go ahead and reboot the system. And just like that, we now have custom firmware on our 3DS. And you may be wondering, why do you need custom 3DS on your 3DS? Well, in all honesty, there's a lot of cool things you can do with it, especially for me right now. The reason why I did this is because there's a few projects I want to do, including some randomized Nuzlocke and so forth. That was really loud. You can also download the free shop if you want to. I'm not going to go ahead and show you how to download free shop just because that would be breaking the law. But let's just say free shop, you're able to get any 3DS game for free. That's why I said when you chose your SD card in the beginning of the video, choose a big SD card, just because I know you guys are gonna do it. We're all pirates at heart, so yeah. But I'm not gonna try to do that. Yeah, there's loads of other things you can do. You can also play custom ROM hacks on here if you're a Pokemon fan. There's Pokemon Rising Ruby, there's Pokemon Stars, there's a bunch of other stuff like that, how to do that. I will maybe in the future do a little tutorial on how to play Pokemon Stars on your 3DS. But for now, that's gonna be it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace out, see you guys then. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day.